Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the time of the day this video may find you. Thank you so much for returning to my channel. Or if you are a first-time viewer, welcome to the channel. I hope that this video finds you in peace, love, and blessings. So people, the way that I do it, I just dive right in because I respect your time. So today I'm going to do a video on something that has been in my mind a lot over many years. In the scripture where it says that people will no more and do less. No more and do less. And I felt like in today's time, this would be a very, very good thing to discuss, because we're living in a time where we have a lot more people educated. The bachelor's degrees are so common now, they're really turning into the new high school diploma. There was a time when you could be really competitive because you didn't have as many people, as many educated people. So there's a lot of educated people, a lot of knowledge out there. We have access to knowledge through the internet and everything. Anytime we don't know something, we can Google it and, to find the answers, things like that. So I felt that it's important for us to look at that just a little bit deeper in terms of why is it that we know more now? Like, as human beings, we have more knowledge of things, knowledge well beyond our previous generations. I mean, like, I'm 55 years old, and I know when I was younger, there were so many things that weren't talked about that are talked about now, like widely talked about. Like, even, we have access to people like me that are content creators, like they have YouTube channels that you'll be able to find out things that you were so confused about at one time, and nobody around you is really discussing it. When we were young, there were so many things that we just had to find out on our own. It just wasn't talked about. There were so many people that in my age group were first generation college graduates, and we still are, we still got a flux of the next generation that are the first times. But I'm just saying that we are well educated now. So why is it that we are so educated, but in our own personal lives, we are doing less than the previous generations that were not as educated, that did not have as much knowledge as we have today, or accessibility to knowledge as we do today? Well, the key thing is, where are we getting this knowledge from? Who is giving this knowledge to us? Is the knowledge correct? Is there an agenda behind the knowledge? All those things are important, okay? Because you can have a thing that is true, but the way that it is presented, it could be put in a way to make it innocent, but it's really not innocent. And it's because of that innocence, it allows us to accept that knowledge. Oh, wow, this is a good thing here. It can look like it's a good thing. And so we take that and we be able to put it in our lives and, use that as something that we're using on a normal basis in society, and in our families, communities, and everything, right? So, but if that thing is not a good thing, if it's not something that's good, if you have been taught something and it's not good, but it has become the norm in your life, your family's life, the community's life, society's life, then would that knowledge make you advance as a person, or would it harm you? That's the question. Here's the thing. We have so many people that are so successful, right? We're after successing, and the success that society wants you to be after is monetarily, okay? They want you to make sure that, you feel like you need to, in order to be successful in life, you need to be making a certain amount of money. You need to be driving a certain types of cars. You need to be living in certain values of homes and all of this stuff, right? So you have all these standards that the society tells you that makes you a success in life, okay? And we're going after that more than ever. Like, people are really, really going after that success thing, so they can be successful in life. But I beg to differ whether being successful monetarily actually adds up to you being successful in life, right? We all know that there are many people, rich people, that die very, very, that leave this world, that are not happy, that are very, very sad. When we find out what was actually really going on in their lives, instead of it being this glorious royalty type story, or rags to riches story that people tend to envy, it's actually a very depressing story about somebody that has struggled all their lives. And we begin to see when these people are gone on, after they have bibliographies and things like that done, that their life wasn't so rosy as what we thought it was, right? And listen, as long as we're here on this earth, we're all going to be going through something. That's even God's children. We're just, we're here on this earth. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that because people have things going on in their lives that they're having that they don't have a good life. What I'm saying is, y'all know the stories. Y'all know the stories of people that looked like they were happy because they had money, because they had things, that actually turned out to be very sad. So even this whole thing, this after success thing, is playing a part, in my opinion, in my assessment, what I am seeing in relationships between a man and a woman, parents and their children, just, friends, associates, and everything. We have many relationships that have been estranged because of the desire to go after money, to compete with others about money. Okay? So, although the education is a wonderful thing, because, knowledge is key. But for me, I don't know about for you, but for me, I respect all knowledge. I listen, but if it's not backed up with God's word, with God's character, what God says is right, I reject it. I'll maybe speak on it. I may acknowledge that it is something that is true, but I also will speak on that it is not correct or right. So what I'm saying is, society wants you to be after the money, okay? To strive to be successful, because the people at the top are getting money off you. Even these situations where people say, well, and don't get me wrong, I think that if you got it in you to be a business owner, you should go for that. You do have a lot more freedom in your life. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm not knocking that at all. What I'm saying is, even if we say, well, you don't want to work in anybody else's business, which, we got to have some people work doing that, right? Even if you had your own business, the people at the top are benefiting off you, okay? The people at the top is benefiting off our labor. To them, all they care about is what they can get out of us, okay? So they program us to be able to seek this happiness. And the pursuit of happiness in America used to be to own property, right? Well, we all see now how hard it's getting for people to actually be property owners. And they're actually trying to flip the script now and make it seem like it is more appealing to not be a property owner, because they want to have the goal now is they're going towards to have everybody renting. They want all the rich people, like it was in the beginning. Remember, y'all, I've said on here numerous of times, you don't ever want to forget history. Okay? If you forget history, history will repeat itself. And you can, I want you to look these things up here, okay? About what I'm telling you about, that property is being bought up by the rich, because the goal is, and they started it with this, what they call it, where you live in these, HOAs. I think that's what you call it. If I'm wrong, then y'all just correct me in the comments there. I'm sorry. But the neighborhoods where they like restrict you from a lot of things. Like you have to pay fees, maintenance fees and stuff, and you can actually be paying the mortgage on your home, and because you've done something that's outside of their little rules and stuff, your home can get took from you and all that. Just really weird. I think that's what they call those communities. But like I said, if I'm wrong, put it in the comments. Sometimes I have lupus, y'all, and sometimes my mind just I get blank sometimes with stuff. So anyways, yeah. So they started with that, and they're going now, like it started like, well, I don't say started, but it kind of ramped up like in 2020. They're out there buying properties and stuff, and most of the people that you're renting from now is like, rich people from at the top. It's like it used to be where you had like some maybe upper middle class people that had property, and they may would have property that they rented out, maybe 2 or 3 properties or whatever. Well, the rich are even buying up those properties, because They're trying to get us to a place where, everybody's renting, all of the are renting, okay? But what I'm saying is, people, we may be getting this fake success because we got this and we got that. And we all know that you can have this and have that and have this and be in a lot of debt. You don't really own it. Like, yeah, you're living in it. You have possession of it, but it's not really owned yet. You're still making payments on it, right? But be bankrupt in a personal relationship. Your marriages are failing. We even have some marriages, like that's one of the things, one of the top things, the reason why people get divorces, finances. Yep. Money. So we're after money so much to the point that it's parting us from the people that we vow to love till we leave this earth. That's part of the devaluing in the family too. I hope y'all follow me what I'm saying here about this whole thing, because what I'm trying to say is that the love of money, going after money, going after it so aggressively that it becomes your God. It's everything to you, okay? It's going to cause you to lose serious relationships. Good relationships that you should have. We all know, I'm sure some of you got a story of a breakup with the girlfriend, boyfriend, a fiance, a husband, wife, with your children, with your parents or grandparents or cousins, friend, people that you end up not having a relationship with anymore. You had a good relationship, so you thought, but because of money, one of you was so greedy about money that it became a toxic relationship to keep. So I want you guys to understand that it's a dream. Dreams that's put in your head. And that dream is that you're supposed to go after this. And if you don't, something is wrong with you. Trust me, we're supposed to do what we got to do to survive. But there's a difference between doing what you need to do to provide and being so in love with something that it is everything to you. I mean, we even got these labels here, how high value man and high value woman and all this and that. You got amounts of money that you got to have to if you don't have it, then you're not any good for a person to want. And look at all these people. We got some situations that's crashing down in our society. Some people, whole industries. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Behind people trying to get that money. I'll go ahead and say it. In the music industry. Look at how many people, how many children, how many children's lives have been destroyed because they wanted to use their talent to make money. A lot of them wanted to use their talent to make money for their families, to get their families out of poverty. Imagine that weight put on a kid's back. You know, my mom is poor and she's struggling. My dad has left us, and I got to do what I got to do to help my family. And when you go to use your talent, these people take you and SA you, mess your mind up, turn you into an addict. For money. And then you end up with somebody like Tevin Campbell with such a beautiful voice. Such a beautiful voice. Where you're living like that. So anyway, people, I'm getting a little emotional. I want to end this video, but I wanted to just do this very serious video here. And hopefully you will really get what I'm trying to say here about what are you loving? Who's controlling your thoughts? Who's controlling your dreams? Who's controlling your drive? And what are you getting out of it? I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.